Plyometrics is one of the most efficient ways of training power output, more specifically the velocity portion of the power equation. And the reason it trains velocity is that it is done in unloaded conditions and thereby in the absence of any external resistance, which allows you to produce maximal velocity or speed, in other words, because obviously there is a linear relationship between the external load or resistance and the velocity that you can produce. Another added benefit is that it helps you to utilize the elastic properties of your muscles, which is another factor contributing to power output, and this is known as the stretch shortening cycle. The biggest issue, however, with athletes using plyometrics in order to increase their power output is that they are too damn slow. They approach it in the same manner as they would in a conditioning workout, that is, they are jumping for the sake of jumping and not with the intention of producing maximal neuromuscular recruitment. And to be fair, it's not easy to produce maximal force in a short period of time, otherwise known as rate of force production. This is a skill that requires practice. But if you are not challenging yourself on this aspect in your power workouts such as plyometrics, guess what? You are not going to improve, so stop being lazy and take your time with the repetitions, do quality repetitions. So with that being said, how can we force ourselves to put forth more effort during plyometrics to perform quality reps, because you merely being aware of the principle might not do too much for you? How can we add some form of mechanism that forces us to train our motor unit recruitment and thereby our ability to produce higher power outputs at will? And the answer to that is a form of feedback mechanism. For example, instead of just performing a depth jump in a traditional way, set a goal for yourself, a reference point. Depending on the availability of equipment and your budget, there are several solutions for this. The best solution is probably feedback in the form of peak and average velocity in meters per second, which would require a velocity plate or an accelerometer. This is the single best equipment, but it is also the most expensive. This way you can set a goal for yourself, such as get at least 3 meters per second on each jump. The point is that you will see in front of your eyes how much power or velocity you generate, and this invokes some competition in you so that you can put forth more effort. If you were not to see this, there is a high chance that you will slack off with the repetitions. Another form of variation which is more budget friendly is feedback in the form of height, with the help of a hurdle, a vertex device or measuring tape. Basically, you can set goals for yourself in height so that you are forced to jump over this hurdle or jump a certain distance where you see on the tape measuring device, and this again will invoke this competitiveness in you so that you put forth more quality reps. And while you are doing those, again, go with maximal mental intent. Regardless of what training method you use for velocity production, you must do it with high effort, otherwise you are not training for power.